Hello, and welcome to the interior of the Igby Cottage. Here we are in episode 2, where we see the kids stuck at home trying to make fun where they can. We see in this shot Tink the Waps Janner with a pillow from the couch. So let's see this play out. If we run this animation, you see him run around. Lily hands off the pillow and it hits Janner pretty good, but he looks all right. So let's pull back from the camera and see how we put together this entire scene. We are in the Unreal Engine. This is where we assemble all the parts and pieces of our animated show. You see we have these beautiful background paintings. We have some 2D FX here in the background, and we also have our characters and our props. So let's pull back. Let's take a look. So if you look right now, we have all these beautiful painted cards. They're just little flat cards, and we have a little poto off in the distance here. These are just flat paintings that we arranged to look like the walls of the room. So this is like if you had maybe like a cardboard box and you drew on the bottom of it and the sides of it. This is what our room is composed of. They're just beautiful paintings that look three-dimensional. We also have a couple props in here that are 3D, just like our characters. So we have the couch and the steps all the way up to the little bedroom loft. Additionally, we have our beautiful 2D FX. This is actually hand-drawn animation on this window right here, and it just has these little raindrops that trickle down because it's raining outside. And of course, we have our feathers, which are just 3D assets that were animated by our lovely animation team. So if we pull back into the camera, let's see how these parts all come together. If you see this random shadow right here, that is just because in this sequence, we typically don't have all the assets in that we're not using, but we do have the table and chair set as well, just built into the Igby Cottage. We do also have the table and chair set built into the Igby Cottage. So let's jump back into our camera. So if we look here, turn back on the lighting, you see all these different elements layer up. If we turn everything off, we start from scratch. Typically when we start out, we have just our characters and just our prop animation. So you see just them randomly floating in space, but this is typically how we start out. Then we'll add our backgrounds. So this is when we'll add our set piece and the set background paintings. So this is where we get all these elements to come in. Then for added effect, we'll turn on all our lighting and we'll get our shadows put in place. And finally, one of our last details we'll throw on there is our little flipbook 3D animation. Typically, we don't light the scene until after all these pieces are composed, but the scene is already lit. So we have this kind of light cast on Nia. You see it a little bit on Tink, and that is normally done after, but this is a completed shot and it's all put together. Hopefully you learned a thing or two, and maybe you'll want to build your own Igby Cottage set. First